Hello everyone, MetalReita here in 2019 after being sick for almost 3 weeks, so I had much of a very stressful holiday because I had to hand in my master thesis and of course going home and celebrate the holidays with my family. However, I got home 2 days ago and started designing new designs for upcoming games in 2019. As you can see, one of these games is going to be Rune Factory 3, and I have a personal love for this game. It was one of the first games I picked up on the DS to play, and then it's basically a mix between a battle game and a farming game, and I really like that with the Rune Factory series. And as you can see, I already finished the background design, which took 2 days. I actually started working on it as soon as I got home. And right now, currently, I am working on the outro design for, of course, the 20-second outro there will be. And as you can see, I am using PowerPoint at the moment. A very old version of PowerPoint, but I'm using PowerPoint. And the free tools I usually use for editing, or rather not editing, but designs and such, is GIMP 2, I think it is, and of course PowerPoint, a very old version of PowerPoint, and Paint Tool Sci, which is 3 current tools I use when I edit pictures and making background designs and such and such. And I don't think I actually ever will deviate away from that, because I kind of like presentation programs when you have to line up stuff, especially as you can see here, where I am clipping stuff and making it all about the game, because I really like to put segments of the game into both the outro and the game itself, so it even connects even more with the game in some matter of form. And in the outro I decided to have Evelyn. If you're familiar with the Rune Factory series, she's the only young woman in the game that you cannot marry. So I thought I would give her a little extra credit in some way with having her as my outro character, which is really nice. And then she will be saying some lines. I think it was like, "Hey there, thank you for watching the video." I really like to put the text of "thank you for watching the video" in the outro. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't, but I really like to have it there because it does give a little credit to the people who watch my videos to the end. Because I know sometimes my episodes become very, very long because I have no sense of time when I start playing a game, and unfortunately sometimes that ends up with having episodes as long as like 1.5 hours, or between 30 minutes and 1.5 hours really. And I'm sorry about that, but that happens sometimes because you get carried away with the game and I don't really have a timer. I should actually have a timer sometimes, or I think I should have a timer just to try and keep up with the time. But as you can see, I'm currently just trying to line up and make a text box, which is actually a picture that's captured on my recorder, and then I'm trying to make the text box work with stuff in the background, or trying to line the things up so I can have a really long text box that will go across the screen, which it will also do in the game itself, which is really interesting. But it doesn't really work as I wanted to, because of course when you take something from a game to make it all about the game and make it very much in the Rune Factory style, unfortunately there's also always these color lines. As you can see, there's like slightly lighter blues and darker blues in the edge of the text box, and of course I have to try and also line them up so they fit together. And it's not always going as it wants, and unfortunately I also had a lot of trouble with this, and basically yeah, I actually think this whole recording took me like 2 hours to do, 2 or a little above 2 hours to do. And yay! But I get a final product that I'm very proud of, but first of all I need to really get everything lined up before I put it into GIMP and make the and make the whole thing work properly. Because I need to put it into GIMP to try and move some of the edges of the text box so it will fit in with the background that I will be adding. But as you can see, that's apparently not my focus at the moment, because the other thing is, like, with the outer screens and such, we also have to have space for the videos, and the only way to really get space for those videos is actually going to, like, the screen I use, go into YouTube, find one of my older episodes, find, as you can see, find the background design, and then make it fit into, so we have the building blocks of the videos. I don't know if that's actually going to work, but that's kind of the only way I actually do it. It's kind of like the only way that it seems to work for me, so this is what I do when I try to make outer screens that has a lot of design elements to it, so to make sure that everything actually fits, that I have space for the or not the pictures, but the outro screens or the ending screens or whatever YouTube calls it now, because I can't remember when it is, but it's sometime in January the honor notations are going to be removed. So no more love for the honor notations, unfortunately. And that means that the ending screens will be basically focused on these what you can call segments for either playlists or episodes, or your channel, like your channel icon or stuff like that. That would be the only things available, so that made it a little more challenging, because I had a thought of actually using the annotations for the game itself, so you could just press playlist and press next episode, but unfortunately, since they are no longer going to be a thing sometime this month, that means that, of course, that makes it a little hard to design, so I'm trying to design this outro screen with that in mind, that on notations are no longer a thing that you can use. But on the other hand, if you use ending screens, you cannot use auto notations. They ain't making it easy, but that's just how it is. And I think I decided not to actually have my channel link on this particular auto screen, because it took up too much space compared to the episode and playlist thing. Yeah, I actually decided to scrap the channel, the link to channel, basically subscription side. If people want to watch other things that I'm doing, they can technically just click on the channel just beneath the video. So basically the playlist and the episode that's shown for me is a little more important than the channel link, so I basically decided to scrap that. So I'm also very, very, very scattered when I work, because suddenly I just go like, oh, I need to do this and I need to do this. But mostly the thing that actually I had an issue with this time around was really that text box, to make it fit and make all the small details line up. That was really something. And I really like having Evelyn in the ending screen, because I like her flamboyant design, so I really liked having her there. And of course, I then decided not to just have the plain blue background, so I went down to the thumbnails and picked one of the designs I originally had thought to use for the thumbnails, and then use it as the background, which I thought was very pretty. And it kind of lined in with, if you meet the people, they're going, hello and hey there, hi there, as you would probably say. And it was really fun to do. It was a really fun project to make. And I'm probably not done with it yet, because I can't leave stuff alone. I love designing things. I love doing things. I love doing, like, designs for games. I love doing that. I find it immensely fun, especially if I have a certain connection to the games themselves. So yeah, that's a really good thing. But then, of course, me being me, as I said before, that the text box was was the thing that actually took the most time to do, was because things didn't line up, and as soon as I put it into GIMP, I could see that it was not lining up, so it took quite a while to line everything up again, and I had to redo everything, and it was just, man, it was just a challenge. And that's one of the things when you use stuff from the actual games themselves and such, to add to as a design aspect, which is fantastic for me. I love stuff like this, and basically it took some time, and that's just how it is. But if and with that, then we have our final, or at least somewhat a finished design in my mind. I think the only thing I actually need to do now is add music, and of course remove the pictures again for next episodes and playlist, of course, because they should not show in the ending screen like that. I don't think they should, at least. So with this little show off of what goes into my head when I start to design stuff in connection with my YouTube channel, and how long that actually takes, because I am never satisfied with anything I do, I hope that you enjoyed this little clip, and if you want to see more when I start designing stuff, please let me know. But this has been fun, and until next time, guys, take care and have a fantastic day.